Okay, so welcome. Thank you those who joined early, but we got a chance to see some of the real mad scientist work of Dr. Santiago in action. But we're going to have a good time tonight seeing some of the innovation he's been involved with using some AI tools. So I'm Gene Freeman. I'm the vice chair of Pikes Peak. And I'm basically going to introduce Dr. Santiago. He's done a great job with Education Week. And tonight it's Unleash Your Potential, AI-driven productivity and workflow strategies. So just a couple of comments on Education Week. Part of IEEE promotes education and innovation within the IEEE community, and John done a lot of work himself in the innovation area. The objective is a platform for sharing knowledge, fostering collaboration, inspiring creativity among educators and other areas John stood out, and researchers and students. Wide range of topics. We had a number this week: STEM education, curriculum development, online learning, and especially emerging technologies we've been talking about. So we've had a number of important academics and some folks from the political world, industry leaders, and different innovators sharing their insights with us. So just a couple of administrative things, especially tonight. This thing tends to be kind of bandwidth intensive, the stuff John's showing us. So do mute your audio and video during his presentation, and any messages you can put in the chat box. And when John does some switching, I'll be monitoring for questions. Yeah, I was looking down at the thanks for admitting, folks. Okay, we want to thank our co-hosts. We've been doing a lot of co-hosting. I think there's a couple of hiccups in the way we've been doing this, but we'll see if we can get that straightened out. But we've had a lot of folks who we've been co-hosting with them, and they've been co-hosting with us, and you can see the range, Kansas City, New Orleans, around Region 5, Hawaii, Wichita, LA, so San Diego. So we've been getting Region 5, Region 6. So it's been very good. Thank you from the other regions. Okay, so Dr. Santiago, I could spend all night talking about his achievements, but I'll try to keep it brief. He was 26 years in the Air Force, Vice Director, Aerospace Analysis, U.S. Northern Command, U.S. Space Command, and North American Aerospace Defense, NORAD, from 1999 to 2003. He was the Military Educator of the Year at the United States Air Force Academy. He was the Electrical Engineering Educator of the Year at the U.S. Air Force Academy. And this is something I've experienced learning from him about the leadership philosophy based on John Wooden's Pyramid of Success. And given that the Nuggets are probably going to win another game tonight from the Lakers, I think that's very good. So Dr. Santiago, lead professor of electronic and systems engineering at CTU. He taught over 40 undergraduate and graduate courses: electrical engineering, system engineering, computer engineering, physics, math. Faculty of the Year in Teaching Innovation. Again, this innovation theme runs through his bio. Author of Circuit Analysis for Dummies, which just fits me fine. And I've been looking at some of his YouTube videos, and they're really excellent. They were done a while ago, but they're really good. So he's been doing entrepreneurial work lately. Top 100 visionaries, or top 100 visionaries at education and global forum of education and learning in Las Vegas. produced hundreds of short videos, a number of YouTube channels based on the circuit analysis for dummies. And again, I went and looked at some of those tonight, and I really thought they were very good. Another thing that I came across was, and I'd urge this unless I wasn't supposed to be looking at it, but johnsantiago.net, if you Google that, wow, just a lot of really interesting ways to display one's background and one's works. He has this wonderful bookshelf that has a number of the articles he's done in a virtual reality kind of format. It's really a kick. And I want to kind of end it on a little anecdote. About 2 years ago, I guess I was playing around with ChatGPT, and we were going to have an XCOM meeting, with John and David Bondurant. And before the meeting, I said, what are the top 10 this was ChatGPT. I said, what were the top 10 goals for IEEE, or what should they be, something. And it came back and gave me all this wonderful verbiage. And I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. So that night when we got together, I showed David and I showed John, and, I played around with it a little more. They thought it was interesting and didn't think about it too much. But Dr. Santiago, being Dr. Santiago, really jumped in, and you'll see where he took this. Kind of typical, I kind of put it aside, and he's really taken it a lot of places, not only to his advantage, but to ours. Okay, so I will stop sharing, and